You know one thing what she said?
Yeah.
मैं बंदूक हूँ, वो गोली है। हाथ से फेंकोगे? A very, very powerful decision of my life was together. And then she supported me in everything. And I think the punchline again is, if your spouse trusts you, your energy is 10x. And if your spouse doubts you, your energy is 0.1x. Very, very important. All successful men have succeeded only because either the wife was silent, just believing, or the one who motivated. ये दोनों नहीं तो सक्सेस नहीं होता है. Let me tell you, not wife or husband, it is spouse. Sometimes it happens with a husband which is highly patient, highly cooperative,
Right.
supports everything, doesn't have an ego. That's all is wonderful. I think in life there is nothing known as man is superior or woman is superior.
True.
One has to be superior.
Yes.
And other has to understand. Life rangin. If you don't agree, life is hell. That's very, very important. You know, what for people are should go for honeymoon?
What?
For people should go for honeymoon?
What?
To find out who will lead and who will follow. That 1 month period when you are there, you see the decision making and different situation in a new geography.
Right.
You decide, my pati is taking very good decision, or my patni is very powerful in guiding and navigating. So when you come back, you take a decision. Let her lead. Let me support. That family is most powerful family. This is important. Marriages fail only because you don't acknowledge the speed of one. Both having very good speed, you can't live together.
Yeah.
Both not having any speed can survive. So in my opinion, if it's like this, out of we two, one has to be taller.
Yeah.
How taller is subjective, but one has to be taller. Similarly, one has to be intelligent or smart or powerful.
Yeah. So at what point after you had started the company, when was the first time your wife said to you that, okay, you did the right thing? When
Let me tell you what was the worrying time.
Yeah.
After 3 months, there was some lull period where after reaching to 100 samples a day, suddenly it was only 7 samples per day, 3 consecutive days.
How did that drop happen?
It happened because of some kind of unrest in the city, which me and my wife could not assess what way it can, trouble the healthcare.
Okay, this is when you were just limited to one city.
One city.
Okay, yeah.
And then my wife told me, "Agar ye jeetega nahi, to what we will do if it doesn't become successful?"
Yeah.
I think I was very, very fast to respond to her. Come on, relax. I'm a PhD. Either in Dehradun or in Panchagani or in Ooty. These are all hill stations where boarding schools are there.
Yeah.
I will be a principal in a boarding school.
Yeah.
You will be my secretary. रोने के लिए किस बात की?
Yeah.
This is power.
Right.
Not sitting and crying along with wife, yeah, डूब गया तो क्या करना है? And my wife was quite happy with that. And that is the decision. So if you look at, this was the other side. But then when we were extremely happy was when 100 samples we did in a day. That was the break even. And then when we reached 500, we celebrated every 500 till it was 5,000. Then every 1,000 when we reached till 20,000.
Wow.
Then every 5,000 till we reached 100,000. Then every 25,000 till we reached 200,000.
Wow.
So this was the journey.
Yeah.
And there was no looking back. And it was most powerful journey in which I could really energize my people. In any organization growing, you don't need any motivation to be given. In the organization, number of samples coming inside, number of lakhs of revenues coming inside is the highest motivation.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You stand and talk, gentlemen, this quarter also we have done 29% growth. compared to last quarter.
Yeah.
Nothing like it. You don't have to give a motivational lecture.
Yeah. Numbers speak for themselves.
So 25 years, 25% CAGR.
Wow. That is unheard of.
25 years, 25% CAGR. Some years 35%, some years 17%, but an average was 25% CAGR. That's the DNA of the business model.
Who wanted in on that money, right? What were those interactions like initially?
See, those days, this much of media attention was not there.
Yes.
Today, entrepreneurs are celebrated even before the first crore turnover.
Absolutely, yeah.
And entrepreneurs make more noise today.
Yes.
And investors are also too many.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of today buzz happening.
Hmm.
I must tell you, until I was completing 17th year of journey, no investor came to me.
First 17 years, no investor
came to me.
So this is from
95
to 2012.
2000, no, to 2009.
Okay.
That longer period, there was no one was coming inside because there was no soliciting. No one knew there was a Thyrocare was existing.
Yeah.
Because nowadays you have to reach social media advertisement, print media advertisement, lot of things you give. Investors are reading, investors want to know, and they want to be on board before it becomes too crowded.
Exactly.
Those days it was not like that. The word entrepreneur itself was not existing then.
Yeah. Businessman.
The seed capital, venture capital, all these things are all terminology which has come now.
Right.
There was no pitching happening.
Yes.
And there was no itching to do the pitching either. So that was a very different, serene world. It is like, girls were not having makeup at all.
Yeah.
And the girl who goes for a makeup is only on the marriage day because there are so many people light everything.
Right.
Today, the girls start going for a parlor at 12 years of age, even sometimes before that.
Oh my God.
So that's how the entire environment has completely changed.
Yeah.
And first investor in my company was Times of India. And Times of India came in and they invested money. Then using their money, I advertisement in their own publication for Arogyam profile, which was a wellness package. The full page advertisement went, and then lot of investors lined up.
Yes.
So that was only in 2008, 9 onwards, people started coming in. Until that time, there was no need for money.
Yeah.
Company was making profit. Let me also tell you, it's not making 25% year over year for 25 years. All 25 years of 40% EBITDA profitability. 40%.
Wow.
In the entire world, India is cheapest in healthcare. In entire India, I was cheapest, and my balance sheet yet had 40% profit.
Wow.
This is something which is supposed to be seen by people as ho sakta hai kya?
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Profit should never come from customer's pocket. It should come from floor efficiency.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
If the profit comes from the customer's pocket, it will be Jet Airways. If it comes from the floor efficiency, it will be Indigo.
Oh, yeah.
Same industry.
Yeah, same industry. Yeah. Makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
So I was fortunate to have a highly optimized floor. If today people ask me, what are you good at? I am not good at fundraising. I am not good at PowerPoint presentation. I am not good at marketing.
I would disagree.
No, I'm not good at going and strategizing and marketing in the field. I'm a good communicator.
Right.
I will market my leadership.
Yes.
I may not be able to market my product strength.
Okay.
That's a very different game.
Okay.
But what am I good at? Efficient floor. Highly efficient team. And optimized for everything for customers' delight.
Yes.
Without compromising. This I am good at. Machines will run. Materials, machine, materials, and methods. I am powerful in managing.
Yeah.
So that is my strength. So that's one thing. Second thing is, in healthcare industry, especially diagnostics, you don't need money.
Why is that?
Punchline, you want to listen?
Yeah.
No one opens the syringe before the customer opens the purse. Yeah. So customer is funding.
Absolutely.
Why you need money?
Yeah.
And that doesn't need a huge capex. For doing this kind of digital marketing, you don't need capex.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Similarly, pathology services, I was fortunate to get it right. So growth best, profitability highest, and entire industry had 25% HR cost. I had 10% HR cost.
Wow.
It was not that I was underpaying.
Yeah.
I was taking freshers, training, employee. After 2 years, 3 years of they working with me, my competitor will take them. That means they are paying more salary for a man whom I was paying less salary.
Yeah.
But I have employed 25,000 freshers. Now, this is something which is very important for entrepreneurs to understand. What is the power of freshers? It takes time. You need to train them. You need to mold them. But let me tell you, they will be assets in the long run.
Yeah.
It's an organic growth. The guy comes to you for the first time. You create a culture in him. You create a very powerful journey for him.
Yeah.
And he knows, in life, first love and first job, you never forget. The guy will not forget.
Yeah.
And as long as you got a good system in place, it works. The punchline here. A well-trained employee for 300 days is equivalent to a competitor trained 3,000 days experience.
Yeah.
So that is the power.
Wow.
Highly efficient system. So if you ask me, the reasons for business success are only three. IT, HR, logistics. IT is something which I never studied in school, college, because in my days there was no computer existing. But I have created my own IT solution.
Yeah.
Myself.
Yeah.
Logistics, I was the king. And in HR, I used freshers. I think these three mastered and the business had become highly successful.
So when you were hiring these freshers, what would the interviews be like? What would you ask them?
Listen to me.
Yeah.
There are no interviews.
Then how do you make that decision?
Let me also tell you, लड़की देख के उससे बात करके 10 दिन उसके साथ घूम के डिसीजन लेने वाला जल्दी डाइवर्स करता है. Because you won't be able, interviews are not guaranteeing you anything.
Yeah.
In interview, what you can test?
What?
His English.
Yeah.
And what else you can test in English? His looks. Looks से मुझे क्या करना है? English से मुझे क्या करना है? His attitude is important.
Yes.
His focus is important. His ability to work is important. Discipline is important.
How do you gauge that? That's what my question is.
Take 100 people. Okay. If you need 10 people, take 100 people. By the end of the first month, you will know good number of them don't reach office in time.
Yeah.
So remove 50%.
Okay.
Month one.
So you take them in as interns on a probation.
Pay salary and take them inside. Remove 50% for lack of discipline.
Yes.
In the M1.
Okay.
Q1, quarter one. For lack of attitude. Because attitude you can't study very fast.
Right.
Then 50% gone. Now only 25% is there. By year end, focus. So 10% only will remain. So 25,000 people I have recruited to identify 2,500 gems. It's a long process.
Yeah.
But then a very successful process.
Yeah.
There is no other way you can. One thing, there are people who interview for 5 times, 6 times for the job of Vice President Marketing, Vice President Finance, and then finally end up within 1 month. Culture match नहीं होता है.
Yeah.
Culture match, उस उम्र में कैसा culture match होएगा तो 25 में होएगा. 20 to 25 is the molding age for any individual to adapt to any culture.
Right.
My company CEOs, vice president, general managers, all have started their first day with me 20 years back. That's the organic culture of the organic growth of the organization. I did it. I got it.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else can plan and do it.
Yeah.
Having said that, there is a reason for me to take only freshers.
What is that?
In 1978, I finished my degree. I go for interviews in Coimbatore. In every interview, every stupid man was asking, "Do you have experience?" गधे मई महीना में एग्जाम खत्म हुआ, जून महीना में पूछ रहे हो एक्सपीरियंस क्या? मेडिकल दुकान में कैप्सूल तोड़ी खरीद के क्या? That time itself, I took a decision. One day, if I start a company, I will only employ freshers. This was 1978 decision.
Yeah.
And again, I started a company and employed only freshers.
Yeah.
That's the power of the journey. By the way, you want to know a punchline here?
Yes, please.
For a job, everybody wants experienced, but they get only freshers. But for marriage,
I see where this is going. Okay.
I didn't complete it.
It completed itself in my head. All right. Got it. So, like when you were building the culture in the initial phases of your company, during the inception, when you were hiring people, were there some things that you actively did in order to inculcate some traditions or to build some culture within the company?
Let me tell you, be it employees or children, they don't listen.
Yeah.
They follow.
Okay.
So don't preach, practice. Very important. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, I sit in my chair. Until 10 o'clock in the night, I sat in chair. So my employees are aware.
Yeah.
At least duty ko time par to jana hai.
Yeah.
And then good number of employees were having a culture of not going home till the boss goes home. They are all elevated faster.
Okay.
I had an eye to look at two things. Two things very important as an employer. You find out whether the employee is enjoying the job or not.
Yeah. How do you do that?
काम खत्म करके जाएगा तो he is enjoying.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
कभी कभी रात को 3 बजे वो बैठ के घर में बैठ के मेल कंपेल करके भेजता है. There are 3 options and the merits and demerits are summarized below. रात को 3 बजे भेजता है. He is living, eating, breathing, everything job. So I identify those who love the job. Number one. Number two, focus. Focus means if he writes a letter, the contents tell his knowledge.
Yeah.
And the knowledge cannot be faked. Knowledge cannot be faked. Once or twice you can cut paste.
Yeah.
But for the question asked, if you answer, I will know what you don't know. That's my ability. So when somebody loves the job and they are focused, they grow very fast. As soon as employee join, 50 people in the room, I go and give them a talk. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Thyrocare. I promise you, your salaries all will be doubled. All of them are excited.
Yeah.
But I don't know how long it takes. That's the truth.
Right.
For some, it is within 2 years doubled. For some, it takes 10 years to double.
Yeah.
And that's all in your hand.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, an ability, punchline. Every organization has underpaid assets and overpaid liabilities.
Underpaid assets and overpaid liabilities. Yeah.
The minute you have assessed the underpaid asset and overpaid liability, you correct it every year, the organization will be very powerful. HR is everything. Buck, if you can understand, you can be very successful. So I fortunately, क्योंकि सास भी एक दिन बहू थी. I was also an employee for 15 years. I was unemployed also.
Yeah.
So because I have come from this pyramid of economy from bottommost to the topmost, no one need to teach me how to assess a person.
Yeah, absolutely.
You understand?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
So I was very good and employees enjoy. Let me tell you, if you by any chance promoted a stupid, you will lose 4 assets in the organization.
Yeah.
So it's a journey.
Yeah.
And also people know, sir has not understood about me still now. Next year I will get. Next year I will get. 5 years they didn't get. Then I realize he is actually an asset and I have unnecessarily raised this guy. उसको टोक करके इसको मैं ऊपर लाता हूँ. But these are all seen in the organization.
Yeah.
Vivekananda saying, no one can stop you becoming what you deserve to become forever. Temporarily, everybody can stop you.
Yeah.
So I believe I did it for my employees. It happened to me.
Yeah.
So that's how it was. So IT, HR, logistics made me very, very powerful.
Were you personally in touch with all the employees that you had?
Oh, it's very, very important.
Yeah.
In this talk, I have still not disclosed.
Okay.
I lost my wife.
Sorry.
I lost my wife just 50 days before my IPO.
Oh my God.
And just 50 days before I lost her, I came to know that she had a grade 4 pancreatic cancer. She was just 55. And since you asked this question, I must tell you here, me and my wife, if we have enjoyed life, it was only life with employees, not life with friends, relatives. And even with 1,000 employees, my wife knew all 1,000 employees' first name.
Wow.
At least 500 people's surname. At least 100 people's middle name also.
Wow.
At least 50 people's spouse name. At least 10 families, she knows children's age and which class they are studying.
That's amazing.
So we were having a very gala time of engaging with employees. This was a family. I will take with every employee one lunch or one dinner every year without fail. Whoever have not had dinner or lunch with me can come to the lead supervisor for this event management. All are accommodated inside. Every driver to peon to vice president, no differentiation. We used to meet every week once and every month once, like that. It was all happening at different level. Let me tell you, if you feel your employee is your family member, and if he feels that same, it's heaven. Then छोटी मोटी चीज के लिए 10% 20% इंक्रीमेंट कहीं भी लाता आप छोड़ के नहीं जाएगा.
Correct.
So that was literally speaking. In fact, people were wondering after exit, did Velumani take this decision? But then that decision had to be taken.
Yeah.
So if you ask me, engaging with employees is a power of a team. We used to go every year picnics. We used to have December 31st night on my terrace, all employees and their family members, all of us, बिना दारू चढ़ जाते थे. इतना नाचते थे. People will never forget.
Yeah.
And I just go and dance with one driver, and his wife laughs like anything. And to make his wife to laugh only, I used to do that. So I think that way I loved to being with the bottom of the pyramid.
Yeah.
I love the innocent daily roji roti category of people.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed being with them.
Yeah.
And in some Diwalis and some festival days, I will just call and ask, आप किधर हो शिवाजी? मैं तो घर पे हूँ. अच्छा, चाय बनाने के लिए कितना टाइम लगता है? वो तो 10 मिनट में बन जाएगा. मैं तो 5 मिनट में आ जाऊंगा. I talk from the ground floor and then I go to his floor and have a tea with them.
Right.
So this kind of things, I must tell you, I never focused on relatives. I never focused on friends. I focused on my team.
Yeah.
Punchline.
Yeah.
To have success in life,
Hmm.
you need a good dream,
And a good team.
a good team
Huh.
with steam. That steam is what is very, very important. Otherwise, steam reka kya karna hai? The team without steam is expenditure.
Yeah.
So I could fortunately set those things in place.
Yeah.
You are asking something.
I was saying, like, I think you also like to make people laugh. I've noticed this. Yeah.
I must tell you here,
You love
nothing
doing
like
that.
humor.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing like humor.
Yes, that
People come to me because I keep content good, and in between lot of humor will
yes,
be there.
yeah,
And then people love it. Employees, investors, everybody.
Yeah.
सबको हंसाता है.
but that's what I'm saying. So, like, you
That makes me to tell the punchline.
okay?
जो जीतता है,
हाँ,
जो जीतता है, वो शायद हार सकता है,
yeah,
लेकिन जो जिताता है, वो कभी हारता नहीं है.
yeah.
जो खाता है, जो खाता है, वो शायद भूखा मर सकता है.
जो
खिलाता है, वो कभी भूखा नहीं मरता है.
Amazing.
जो हंसता है, शायद रो सकता है, लेकिन जो हंसाता है, वो कभी रोता नहीं है.
Wow.
I think हंसाना very, very important skill.
Yeah.
In fact, I nowadays tell to youth, gentlemen, if you want to find a girl to marry or a girl for a boy to marry, find out if he can tell a good joke which you can laugh. That's more than enough. जिंदगी कम से कम हंसी मजाक में तो निकलेगा. Correct. बाकी तो बाद में देखेगा. Humor is very, very important.
Yeah.
My wife liked my humor. I think that is the reason why she chased me. I didn't tell to the audience here about the marriage.
Yeah, please go into that.
She was born and brought up in Mumbai, and me marrying a Mumbai girl would deprive my mother her pleasure of having son with her.
Okay.
So that was the reason why I refused to marry when the proposal came. My father-in-law walked to me within 1 year of me joining in BRC.
How did he get to know?
He was working as a security officer in BRC.
Oh, okay.
So identity card देखा तो नाम पता चला सरदार का सरदार नहीं वैसा मतरासी का Milan.
Yeah.
So then he makes trip to my home and I refuse. 82 I landed in Mumbai. 83 he came, I refused. 84 he came, I refused. 85 he came, I refused. 86 also he came. 4 years no father-in-law will chase unless otherwise some kind of God's willingness for that.
Yeah.
And then I thought, let me have a look at the girl.
Yeah.
Because लड़की देखना पैसा तो नहीं लगता. So I went and saw the girl and I didn't find her interesting.
Okay.
No, I didn't tell anything. Yes, no, I came home. Then he again walks.
Okay.
And then I told my landlady, was a Maharashtrian lady with whom I was a paying guest. Auntie, uncle आएगा तो बोल दो मैं नहीं हूँ. So 4 times he said. He came 5th time. That means there is something, he's serious. So I told, ठीक है आंटी मैं ही आज उससे बात करेगा. So made him to sit down and I wanted to tell him ये नहीं जमने वाला है. It will not work. But then I had seen the girl and if I tell it will not work, it sounds rude to the father of the girl.
Right.
So I thought my mathematics mind is very fast.
Yeah.
So I thought I will meet her again and discourage her. Rather than telling this gentleman it will not work. So I asked him, can I talk to her for an hour? He said, yes, I will arrange.
Okay.
14th floor, Madam Kama Road, Nariman Point, State Bank of India was her working place.
Wow.
So he told me, you go to her office, you can talk to her for 1 hour. So on a Saturday, banks were half a day closed. So 2 o'clock I land in her office, 2 to 3 o'clock we were having a cabin in which we were sitting and talking. In 1 hour, how many minutes are there?
60.
I only talked for 55 minutes. And there was absolute silence for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I thought I must marry. ऐसा दुनिया में कोई लड़की हो नहीं सकता है who is quiet for 1 full hour.
Yeah.
That too in front of a boy who is likely to marry.
Yeah.
And I must tell you here in 55 seconds what I talked to her in 55 minutes. I don't have a house. I may never buy one, paying us lifelong. Are you prepared?
Wow.
In village there is a house, there is no toilet. Do you understand? For my parents, I'm the eldest son. You know what responsibility it is. For my siblings, I'm the eldest brother. Sabka sadi, tumhara zimmedari. For our marriage, I don't have money. You funding our marriage should not be known to your father. Any insane girl will agree.
Nope.
So I told her, if you still like to marry me, tell your father to meet me. Otherwise, tell him this boy, something is wrong with the boy. It's story is over.
Yeah.
But then my father-in-law came after 5 days to my home.
After 5 days, yeah.
Then we got married.
Wow.
And I must tell you here, after a couple of months of she agreeing to marry me, I wanted to understand what she found in me to marry.
Yeah.
I asked her, you like this or this or this? What is you like? Because people like some aspect and then they marry.
Yeah.
You know what she said? It's very, very important. 2 things she said. I didn't want to be a short daughter-in-law in a tall house. I wanted to be a tall daughter-in-law in a short house. A very, very impactful statement.
Yeah.
The second thing, I know you are a storyteller. Otherwise, who will tell I don't have anything?
Yeah.
You are a gazetted officer in BRC. What else I needed? Nothing else I needed.
Yeah.
So you are telling story to discourage me.
Yeah.
I was okay with that. So that is the power of that lady. And as I said, we finally got married. And then the journey was so impactful, so powerful during the IPO when I had to go and ring the bell. I was feeling very sad that I had to do that alone. It was like a Everest expedition.
Okay.
In which only 50 more meters are there, and she left my hand. So this is one of the biggest loss in my entire journey. And she only made me MSc and PhD. She only made me entrepreneur, scientist and entrepreneur. She only taught me Hindi and Marathi. And she only made me storyteller also. So that's the most powerful journey. But then unfortunately it came to an end abruptly without any option. She vanished. So in fact, why I sold the company, all those who are close to me will know. Had my wife been around, I would have not sold it. So she was the, power behind my success. Everybody knows only me, no one knew her. She was never designated as a co-founder, co-creator. I feel so guilty about it. But then, nowadays, if I get onto a stage, if I talk for an hour, last 5 minutes are only for my wife. Yeah. So that's the gratitude I give to her in her absence.
She's in a much better place right now, I'm sure.
Yeah. I thought I must tell it because that story has no meaning if I don't communicate who was the creator of the creator.
Absolutely.
I am only a creator. Yeah. Right.
I'm sure she must be like incredibly proud of you.
Yeah. Before she knew how big I have become, she vanished. Today, we and my children sit and, any luxury if we have to purchase, my daughter or son tells, no, dad, we will not do it because we will feel guilty that we didn't have it when mommy was there.
Yeah.
So that's the children are, once again, I also want people to understand I am very successful only because of single word frugality.
Yeah.
My mother was most frugal. Without income, without husband earning anything, she made sure with very little money she got from rearing buffaloes, she made sure all her children were graduates in Madras University and postgraduates in Mumbai University. That's a journey of guts and grits. I think she did it. I owe that to all the mothers who make sure children get the best, whether they eat or not. They want the children to live their greatest life.
Yeah.
The second was my wife, who made sure from my age of 25 till see her last breath, she was very frugal. And had she not been frugal, I would have not seen that 2 lakh rupee in that closing balance.
Yeah.
And the Thyrocare would have not born. So the frugality of my wife made it $1 billion value. And I'm very fortunate to tell that my children are more frugal than even my wife.
That's amazing.
So these 3 generations being frugal is the power of the journey. I want all to teach their children what is frugality. And don't teach children how to become rich. teach children how to become happy.
Yeah.
And if money is needed to be happy, that is a stupid situation.
Right.
I think if children can be happy even without money, they will be very powerful.
Yeah. But there must be some things that you splurge on occasionally now that you have the money. Right? What are those things? What car do you drive? Let me start with that.
I had never had a car of more than 10 lakh rupees until I was sitting in the chair in Thyrocare. Because I wanted to be an example for my employees.
Okay.
Once when Tata announced Nano, I went and purchased a Nano and came.
Okay.
All my managers came to my room. Sir, आप Nano चलाएगा तो क्या साइकिल चलाएगा? But then I didn't buy a house.
You did.
So my employees never had a pressure of buying house. Be a very frugal man. All people who follow you will be equally frugal and stress-free.
Yeah.
So I haven't hadn't bought any costly car. Today I have a Kodiak.
Okay.
Skoda.
Yeah.
Kodiak is my set, what you call as Papa Gadi.
Papa Gadi.
My children have one MG electric.
Yeah.
So they are happy with that. I'm happy with that. We have not splurged in anything, though I exited with a 5,000 crore check. We didn't buy anything to show to anyone. I have a bungalow which is 17 crores. I could have easily bought a 350 crore bungalow.
Yeah.
Next to Antilla has a small Antilla.
Small Antilla.
My mind said, don't buy it. दुनिया को दिखाने के लिए कुछ भी खर्च की जरूरत नहीं है. I bought in Bangalore for 17 crores. Very happy with that bungalow.
True.
And I don't splurge in anything. I've still not traveled in a business class. I'm still in economy class.
Oh, wow.
And my, most enjoyable fun is whenever I go to Coimbatore, I pick up one bus, goes for 30 minutes, 40 minutes in a nearby town, sit in that bus, sit along with common man. And along with common man, observe what way I was living, what way my mother was living, how is that people are still living with that similar situation. I'll tell you recently when one bus, if something happened which probably has touched me a lot. The bus is going and one old lady is boarding in 75 plus years. She took out and gave 7 rupees. And he told the town name, told it is 15 rupees. Who will give this next 8 rupees? Beta, itna hi paisa hai. I have only 7 rupees. Please. My grandson is unwell. I have to go there. I don't have anything. She opens it and shows that nothing else is. Ting, ganti baja. Bus stopped. Oh. He is telling, Utro, Utro. Oh. Mind you, it is not in the village. She is making her to get down in between two villages. If this way she has to go 2 kilometers, this way she has to walk. Wow. I just told her. I got up and this lady was standing and I told her to sit down. Took her 100 rupees and told her, now onwards in this bus, anybody old comes, if they don't have money, use this money. And I went along with that lady to her home. Wow. And her grandson was really ill. I had a coffee at her home. And I have supported them also in some way. I'll tell you, this is splurging. Yes. You can't buy emotions. You can't have emotions. You can have everything except emotions money can buy. So I am not belonging to that category who will display their wealth in everywhere in the body, everywhere in the car, everywhere in the home. Nothing. I'm quite simple along with that. And let me tell you, sometimes I tell my net worth is more than Rajinikanth. He can't walk in the streets of Bengaluru. I can.
Coming to Rajnikant, you're a huge fan.
Yeah, as am I. Yeah, huge fan because, in fact, there is a story there. No. Rajnikant came to Tamil Nadu and he's a Maharashtrian. Yeah. Because he came to Tamil Nadu in 1978, there is a ledger imbalance between Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. It's like a loss to Maharashtra and there was emotional disturbance. Right. So I was sent from Tamil Nadu to Mumbai to balance it. So 40 years I did it. Yeah. But then finally understood, actually he went from Bengaluru, not...
was going to say, King Maya Bangalore. Okay.
Having said that, he is one man who did not indulge into, who did not get tempted for various other things.
Yeah.
He remained a man principled.
There are a lot of parallels that at least I can draw between you and him.
Yeah, we're
A million
unique,
percent,
we
yeah.
are taking decisions, and
Yeah.
we're, whatever you do it in such a way that no one else can be better than you. That's what it is. And one thing is, there are some of the punchlines of Rajinikanth in which one punchline made me very, very powerful. It says, when you run, you will find a lot of speed breakers.
Yeah.
Every speed breaker, if you intelligently use, becomes a stepping stone. Intelligently use, every speed breaker becomes a stepping stone. The Tamil song is Padayappa song.
Padayappa song.
It says that வாழ்க்கையில் ஆயிரம் தடைக்கல்லப்பா தடைக்கல் ஒவ்வொன்றும் உனக்கு படிக்கல்லப்பா. Tadaikal means speed breaker, padikal means stepping stone. So very powerful. And if you notice my entire journey, all my weaknesses have been made as my strength. There are 10 weaknesses of mine, all the 10 have been converted into most powerful strengths. So that is how the journey has been. But having said that, for him also, he says, I was lucky. Was a conductor somewhere. Somebody said you can act, and then I went to Tamil Nadu. I found 1 or 2 movies giving me breakthrough, and then he stood and he became tallest at an age of 72. He has a 720 crore box office gross.
Yeah.
That's a very powerful journey. Jawan seems to be
Jailer.
challenging.
Yeah.
But I think Jawan hai, Jailer 72 hai.
Did you watch the movie though?
I watched both pictures. First time in my life I watched FDFS.
First day, first show.
Now people ask me, after exiting, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm seeing every movie.
Which is my next question, yeah. So what do you do now? Like after exiting, like you've achieved more than most people can.
I think if you don't have time to ruminate your past, you haven't succeeded. Yeah. So you must sit and why do I go and travel in that bus again? To see where I was, where I am. Yeah. There is a saying in Tamil, I will translate in English and tell you. Whichever position you reach, never forget the path you traveled. Yeah. So today I sit and see at an age of 10 who were all my well-wishers, what and all, then 15, 20. If I look at it, all the pyramid, I'm completely ruminating. Yeah. I believe this is very important. Otherwise, it looks like after finishing your job, before you coming home, on the way you died. It doesn't happen like that. Yeah. I wanted to have this 10 years. In fact, I miss my wife a lot. I told her at 60, we will hand over our business to children. We will travel to 100 biggest cities in the country, 10 in the world, 10 days. Yeah. This was our plan. But it didn't go through. So now I am relaxing. I don't have a need to work. I don't need to start any business. I don't have a need to prove that I am somebody anymore.
Is the restlessness still there?
It's still there.
How do you channelize it?
No, I do listen from people what their problem is.
Okay.
There is a new punchline. I did a business in diagnosis. Now I can diagnose any business.
Wow.
If I sit in front of a team of my top management, I ask them to explain me whatever I ask. I can tell the problem is product, pricing, people in the team, or the promoter is the problem, or the kind of logistically they are doing operations is the problem. I can almost come down to a diagnosis.
Wow.
By spending 2 or 3 hours with them. I can tell what is it.
Wow. So do you invest in businesses as well?
Not really, because somehow I believe another 25 crore is not going to make any big difference. Yeah. But I do give my ears to people. If you see, I attend a lot. I give a lot of motivational speech in
Right.
lot of stages.
They're very powerful.
And then they come down and then they want to talk with me. I can't talk with everyone,
Right.
but a couple of them I give my mobile number and email ID, and then they connect with me. Then I have my team, two PS who will ask more details from them.
Okay.
And then if they are doing a 20 crore, 30 crore, I am an adult doctor, not a pediatrician.
Yeah.
Because somebody says, I am yet to start a business, please help me.
Yeah.
If you are still not become parent, how can I help? That is what you have to become, right?
Yeah.
So, literally speaking, anybody with a 10 crore plus turnover, I invest 5-6 hours, and I don't want to invest money with them.
Right.
One big problem. This is unique problem. This happened in my age of 18, 19 also. The girls who liked me, I didn't want to marry, and whom I liked, they didn't want to. Similarly, today, the guys who comes and pitch in for funds, I don't want.
Right.
And the guys whom I like, if I tell, do you want funds? No, sir, fund is not the problem.
Yeah.
So this is how it is, and I do invest time. Let me tell you, what do I enjoy or what do I splurge into? I go to Ooty by car. I go to Coorg by car. I go to Nepal. I go to many destinations in Western Ghats, many destinations in Himalayas.
Wow.
I go to Sri Lanka, which very clearly tells my love is with nature.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beaches,
Yeah.
valleys, meadows, and clouds, snow-capped mountains. These are my pleasure. I can sit there for hours and imagine ये प्रपंच कितनी बड़ी है और इसमें हम कितनी छोटे हैं. ये अहंकार क्यों है?
Correct.
So this is my love towards nature. Having said that, the punchline is nature cannot be bought, but you don't have to buy it. You can enjoy it.
You can enjoy it. Yeah. True.
All other you have to buy it.
Yeah.
And even after buying, you may not enjoy it.
Yeah. True.
But this is one thing you can enjoy. And my popular punchline is burn salaries. Burn calories.
Not salaries.
Not salaries. So I walk in a day literally 10 kilometers, whether I am in Bangalore or whether I am in Nepal.
Okay.
10 kilometers in a day I walk.
Every day.
So, every day.
Nice.
And then, as I said, I enjoy nature. And to enjoy nature, you don't have to go to Switzerland or you don't have to go to somewhere which is so-called exotic. If for you Maldives is fun, not Goa, it is something wrong with your thinking.
Yeah.
For me, Goa is equally fun.
Yeah.
Right? Then when you go Goa and come back, it is only $300 for 3 days. When you go there and come back, it is $1,000.
Yeah.
I don't want to. And one thing I'll tell you, I continue to remain frugal.
Yeah.
And I want all of you to understand what is frugality. If you enjoy and if you spend, that is frugality.
Yeah.
But if you spend to impress your neighbor, that is stupidity.
Yes.
Majority of them are doing to impress the neighbor.
Yeah.
A neighbor will never get impressed. That is another aspect. True. I have never had anything to impress my neighbor. I think peace is only when you don't compare yourself with anybody richer than you.
Yeah. Yep.
So I am with all people who are poorer than me. I love them. I won't be in any place where people are richer. Because that will unnecessarily put me unnecessarily to think, usko kya hai, mere paas wo nahi hai.
Yeah.
So that's the background.
Do you go out to eat often?
Yeah, with children sitting and eating, we enjoy 80% of the time, but 10% of the time we come home arguing unnecessarily. But then still 80% is worth doing. So we go out for a dinner.
Yeah.
And I enjoy 3 things which I can call it as indulgence.
Okay.
One is Grey Goose.
Grey Goose, okay. Yeah.
The second is golden fried prawns.
Yeah.
So that is, and then onion dosas. Fortunately for me, my driver's expenditure per month is more or less my expenditure. Of course, I have a lot of servants because it's a huge house, but spending I don't truly splurge into. I'll tell you, this is very important. Success in life is not how much money you make. Success in life is how little money you need.
Yeah.
This has to be put into children, that be frugal, you will be enjoying.
Okay. All right, sir. I'll move to rapid fire questions.
Oh, yes, go ahead.
So like I said, I have some rapid fire questions prepared for you, sir.
Go ahead.
Instant answers, okay? If you could have dinner with any historical figure, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Rajinikanth.
Okay. Historical figure, sir. You could
living or dead, you told.
Living or dead, yeah.
Yeah, that means I got the answer. If it is dead, then Abdul Kalam.
Okay. All right. What's the most unusual or unexpected way you've heard of someone improving their health?
Somebody known to me during COVID was in coma for 28 days.
Okay.
Finally, he came out.
Oh.
Recently, I had a dinner with him.
Oh.
I believe that I lived with a man who was reborn.
Yeah.
28 days coma.
What an experience. Can you share a eureka moment in your career when you came up with a groundbreaking idea or a solution?
When I was doing research in Baba Atomic Research Center to create reagent in India, Atmanirbhar, for thyroid testing, when I could manage it, I not only came up with eureka, I also resigned my government job. That's where Thyrocare was born. So that was my eureka moment.
What's a quirky habit or daily routine that you believe contributes to your success?
Discipline is very, very important. For me, 7 to 11 is the heaven. 7 a.m. to 11 p.m.
11 p.m.
11 p.m.
Okay.
is the 7 to 11 is the heaven.
Yeah.
So I believe this ability, let me tell you, in 25 years I ran business. Probably I worked what a man can work in 100 years in the 25 years, and probably what a man can earn in 1,000 years in the 25 years.
Oh.
So discipline.
Yes.
Lage raho.
Persistence.
Let me also tell you the punchline.
Yes.
Everyone wants to be successful, so they start doing things in a proper way.
Yeah.
Indiscipline only distracts and they are giving up.
Yeah.
So discipline is everything.
Correct. All right. What's the most interesting? No, wait. I'll go for another one. If you could teleport to any place in the world right now, where would you go and why?
Lake Pokhara in Nepal, where you have all the three sides, huge hills.
Yeah.
And it's a very serene lake. I went there and I have gone 3 times in this last 1 year. If I believe something else can be more beautiful, it is like thinking that somebody else's wife will be.
If your life was a movie, what genre would it be, and who would you want to play in the film?
Rajinikanth would be ideal, but he is too old for it.
Yeah.
There is one. Padman is the movie in which Akshay Kumar acted.
Yeah.
My movie name could be Labman.
Labman.
Akshay Kumar still can be a hero, according to me.
Awesome. Share a guilty pleasure or hobby that helps you unwind and relax from your schedule.
I think drinking itself is supposed to be something which is not doing good to the health. But somehow I believe I never had a drink before I got married.
Really?
Yes, because I want to tell the youth never drink before marriage. Because once you become addicted to it, it can even spoil the married life.
Yeah.
Ask your wife, can I drink? And if she says, why not, I will get you the drink, please enjoy life.
Yeah.
That's the way in which you should enjoy. For me, it happened like that.
Right.
I don't think ever I was making my own drink. My wife was making. Today I am making my own drink. Not that my children will refuse to make drink.
Yeah.
But somehow I feel why to be dependent on them.
Yeah.
Let me have. I can have one more without their knowledge.
Right. What drink? Like I said, I have some rapid fire questions prepared for you, sir.
Go ahead.
Instant answers, okay? If you could have dinner with any historical figure, living or dead, who would it be and why?
Rajinikanth.
Okay. Historical figure, sir. You could
Living or dead, you told.
Living or dead, yeah.
Yeah, that means I got the answer. If it is dead, then Abdul Kalam.
Okay. All right. Yeah. What's the most unusual or unexpected way you've heard of someone improving their health? Last question. If you could choose a superpower for a day, what would it be and how do you use it?
Get me my wife
Oh,
for one day.
that's very heart-touching, yeah.
I only wish
Hmm.
I will have 100 hours of life with my wife. 100 times in my life, 1 hour each. That's what my, if somebody can get me that, I will write all my wealth in their name.
My God.
So that's something which very often I think nowadays that nothing else can make me more happy. Seeing me and children living a very, very, the journey itself, I will explain how it is.
Yeah.
In 100 crore was population and I was born. From the bottom of the pyramid I have come. Today in the country only 100 are more richer than me, not more. Only 100 people in this country are richer than me. And that's the journey. Yeah. And she has seen me for 30 years from an ordinary man who have come and reached here. We lived in a paying guest accommodation, 5 adults in 250 square feet, all directors of Thyrocare.
Wow.
So to that extent, the journey was highly emotional when someone, nostalgically rewinds.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody else will understand as much as my wife has understood how did it happen. But having said that, I am a man with 2 brothers and sister. I only lost my wife, but my brothers and sisters are still around. They also relish the success. They are also part of the journey.
Yeah.
And they all believed that I'm a very, very powerful leader. Yeah. If you are not a leader according to your parents, if you are not a leader according to your siblings, if you are not a leader according to your wife and children, you're not a leader. So I am happy that could make every stakeholder to be a part of the journey.
Yeah.
Having said that, if you want to become a billionaire, please create 1,000 millionaires. This is what is the formula of success. आप अकेले नहीं जीत सकता है. You can't alone win. You have to make others to win. And if you are responsible for their victory, you are the victorious emperor. Create kings if you want to be emperor.
Right.
Otherwise, you are a king only.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I'm extremely happy. We really spent a long time, almost 2 hours. 2 hours.
But it was enjoyable. I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
It's like a movie only. I'm very happy that you spotted me just 2-3 days back, and then
absolutely, it was.
And I thought this energy can reach to people. My interest is to make people to understand.
Yes.
That जीतने के लिए पैसा की जरूरत नहीं है, जीतने के लिए किसी का मेहरबानी की जरूरत नहीं है, आत्मविश्वास की जरूरत है.
Yes.
Have self-confidence in you. And journey or business, both are neither of them are 100-meter dash. It's marathon race. Yeah. So have patience. One day you will succeed. Again, success is not numerically seen in zeros. Success is have you become happier. Yeah. And be happy. Good.
On that note, sir, thank you. Thank you so much. We really look up to you.
Thank
you. It was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you. Wish you all a great journey, impactful journey.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Before I conclude, let me tell 4 words, the most important words.
Yes, please.
Focus, learn, grow, and enjoy. If you don't focus, you can't learn. Yeah. If you don't learn, you cannot grow. Yeah. And if you are not grown, you are not entitled to enjoy. So focus, learn, grow, and enjoy. Please don't change the order. Yes. Very often people start enjoying first. Yeah. So keep it and lage raho. Impactful life.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thanks.